So welcome to Leicester Fan TV. As you can see, we're working with Take Me, which is your local taxi company today, but we're bringing you the big news that is Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Taxi for Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. He's gone. He's gone, Sam, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It's been confirmed, official.
You know these things before they get announced these days, so we knew that we could be going. I think we all unanimously know that he's gone because we need the money to balance FFP books for the season just gone.
That's not easy to say.
That is not. It's a tongue twister. But
and
I think,
clearly not easy to do if you Leicester City balance the books.
Well, I think it's clear to see that he didn't want to go.
Do you think he didn't want to go?
I think there's ups and downs to it. I think if it was, like you said, someone like Brighton, rumoured that he would have only left for a bigger club. Chelsea obviously being the only bigger club that came in for him. Obviously, if it was Man City, Liverpool, Man United, I'm sure he would have gone there too. But I think he was, he's a Leicester lad. He's like, well, if I'm going to play for a team, it's going to have to be a real step up, not a Brighton step up. No offence to Brighton, but, they aren't a massive step up compared to Chelsea. But it is what it is. I think he's gone because we needed the money to balance the books. I think that's all it is. And he, like Reedy's been saying, and agree with him, that he is probably was the most valuable player at the club. So, if you're going to cash out on someone, it would have to be him.
Daniel says here, don't forget you can get your comments in. We're literally live. David says signing needed to happen, and I'm kind of glad as he is replaceable. I hate to say it. I think Kiernan Dewsbury Hall, I think we've said thank you for what he did for the club last season, helping us to get back up. But I don't think he is irreplaceable. I hear what David's saying. He can be replaced at Leicester.
Definitely. Again, I said in your show yesterday that I don't think his passing ability was the best. Again, he took a lot of the time on the ball when he could have passed it a bit quicker and whatnot. So again, there's players out there. We've already mentioned it today as well before we went live about someone like Callum O'Hare. Again, he's there for the taking. He's just left. He's just on a free now from Coventry. So why not look like going for him? So there's many players that can take his role. And again, for £30 million now that Dewsbury's gone for, you could easily get a player that's like £10 million that can either do the job or just a bit worse than him that can replace him. So I don't think he's irreplaceable. The only thing that was bad about him leaving was because he was a homegrown player.
Yeah, so don't forget you can get your views in, you can get your comments in. Mark says here, who or what are we going to sign? At least we got Fatua, who's next. I don't think Fatua's been officially announced either, Sam, has it? But I think it's as good as, isn't it? We know it's happening.
Yeah, it's one of these things where it's slow. Like I said, I take O'Hare from, not even from Coventry, he's free now. We've got to, for me, if we're going to be smart about these things, let's not go and sign £20 million player. Let's not go and sign Ndidi on a new contract and try and play Cam. Go and sign Callum O'Hare, who knows what it means to be in the Premier League as a youngster, like Maddison did. And like I said, it is just a look at the straw that he's on a free because he's got 9 goals and assists last season in 30 games, which obviously isn't outstanding. But, for me, he's worth a punt considering he's free.
Dave says here, how come we have to sell to Chelsea? We're supposed to be in the same boat, but they have found a loophole. Can't we use the same loophole? Chelsea are about to spend 195 million by the sounds of it, really, on 3 or 4 players. They've also sold some players to Newcastle, and that tends to be the way Chelsea get around it is by selling players, young players who've not really had that much. I mean, we bought one for 5 million who's 18 and not even played a game in the Premier League, has he? Mark Gatwood said here, has Ndidi extended yet, or will he be going? We don't know. There's nothing on that as yet. Gray, says about that, and Ndidi, another freebie. KDH doesn't look happy wearing the Chelsea shirt. Have you seen the photo, Sam?
I've not seen Chelsea's side. I've only seen the Leicester side announcing he was leaving.
So we haven't seen that photo yet. He is going to be happy. He's gone to Chelsea. They're a big club.
If I'm totally honest, and as much as people say, the club might have been needing to sell him, I don't think that's the case in a way. I think obviously, yes, it would have been. It's nice that we got rid of him, but I honestly think he wanted to go. Because again, he's going to the club where Enzo's now at. He loves playing under Enzo. So for me, it's brilliant in his eyes. I don't think he wanted to stay.
Get your views in, get your comments in. I mean, I think whatever's said, it has got us probably through FFP because it will have gone through on June the 30th. So if that will help us for the EFL, I think it's fine. I think it's probably a good move for KDH. It's probably a good move for Leicester. I would, if I was a Chelsea fan, I'd question slightly if it was a great signing, but
I don't really know where he fits into the Chelsea team massively.
Well, yeah, Gray says there, would he even get in the Chelsea first 11? I don't think so.
Under Maresca,
I
I think like Reedy said as well, under Maresca, I think you'll be surprised. I think you'll see him a good amount. He's going to go and play the style we know he's going to play, which was the 3 defenders at the back, the 2 rotating midfielders, and 2 cams, 2 wingers, and 1 striker. Which for me says Palmer, one of the attacking midfielders, and Dewsbury, the other. I know they've got Conor Gallagher, but I think you'll find he'll play the more Winks role, if you want to call it, for them. I'm not that I really care about how Chelsea sets up, but I do think you are going to see him in the team more than you might realise.
Yeah, I agree.
I quite like Lox's comment here. He says, good luck to Kieran Dewsbury. He'll be in their reserves once Enzo is sacked. Onto the future. We need to spend some money now, otherwise we'll break Derby's points record. But there's a lot of talk of is KDH going to do a drink water at Chelsea?
I said that to begin with, but then obviously thinking about it with Enzo moving there, and obviously now, straight away one of our players follows him down to Chelsea. I don't think it's a coincidence. I honestly think Enzo wanted him at the club and wants him in that system. Again, he knows that in the Championship, yes, it's a lot lower level, but he knows that he can play in that 8 role, or whatever you say, 10 or 8 role. And he can do a job there. Maybe not as well in the Premier League because it's high level, but he knows he can play in that role, and he's done it the whole year last year. So for me, again, he does take that 8 role in the Chelsea side for me, because why would you spend 30 million on a player that, like I said, again, Chelsea do it all the time, but someone like Dewsbury, I don't think he's not gonna play. I think he will play anyway.
I don't think he will. I think
he will. I think he will.
If I'm honest, if I was a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't be impressed that we got Enzo Maresca, and I wouldn't be that impressed that we got Kieran Dewsbury.
Well, out of the players that they could get, yeah, Dewsbury was not the most incredible player that you'd think, wow, he's just another squad player, really. That I do think he's a squad player that will get more game time than most. And I heard that Chelsea fans said that they're looking to get Gallagher out of the club, so maybe it's basically get one in to take him out.
I mean, I agree. KDH was good in the Championship. Can't see him do it in the Premier League. He was okay in the Premier League the year before we came down, but okay some of the time, not okay some of the time. I think in the Premier League, I'd say the same in the Championship. I thank Kieran Dewsbury. I liked him, and I think he did us good. But I'm probably quite happy with 30 million from him. Andreas says here as well, which player would you go for? I would definitely go with, like Sam said, O'Hare from Coventry. We've seen him have a great game against us. I like what I see there. He's a free agent. He should be young, hungry. He lives in the Midlands. I like what I see from O'Hare. Give him the chance.
He's worth more of a punt than...
Yeah, it is a punt.
Blah, 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 for 15 million from the Polish league.
Yeah.
Which is what we usually do, but for me...
I think there's only one player that I think I'd say yes to over Callum O'Hare in that attacking role, and that's the guy from Liverpool who was on loan to Hull last season. Fabio Carvalho, Portuguese. He went there. Well, I think we were linked to him before he went to Hull, and I think out of the two, I think he'd probably be the better quality player. But again, we're mentioning all these names. We're probably nowhere near them, are we? You think we are, but I don't think we would be looking anywhere.
I'd like to hope potentially after somebody like O'Hare, we are going there. Joe says, surprised that KDH has gone to Chelsea. Not that standard for me. Would have been good for us, but very different level for Chelsea. I agree. David says, will Steve Cooper play with wing backs this year? Nobody knows that yet, David. To be fair, he could do, he might do. Gray says, go fetch O'Hare now.
You did that last night. You didn't want to come, did you?
Who?
Callum O'Hare. You said you're going to
come.
I will.
I'll go and fetch him. Yeah, thanks. That's what Gray's probably referring to in there. LCFC4 says, well, let KDH cook now for what can even say but about us Cooper signing any new news. I guess, listen, we've probably got to sell. I'm not sure much of that 30 million will get reinvested, but which is why O'Hare, if he's free, for me, makes some sense. Ndidi staying would make some sense if we can sign him. But you just think if Ndidi was going to sign, it would be done by now, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, because again now from yesterday he is a free agent unless we are still in talks with him. But I don't know. I can't see him staying at this point. If the moment we announced the Pratt deal, the Pratt leaving the club and the Brighton leaving the club, he was his name in there. I thought, you know what, there's a chance, but it's took us quite a long time now, so I don't think.
Reedy just hates Ndidi.
Mainly because he was playing in the wrong position all year. People say he did well there, but again, I think Sam even mentioned when we come into the new season now in the Premier League, there's only one place you want to play him, and that is in that defensive
CDM. I'd keep Ndidi.
Yeah, he's free. It depends if he gets poached by another club.
Well, lots of talk of Everton.
It's a hard ask to obviously offer him the same wages that he was probably on, which is probably about 80 grand a week, I'd imagine. But he's 80 grand a week, but then you might have to go sign someone. But it depends on how you line it up, because you're going to have Samari back into the team, who's a Leicester player. So obviously the club's looking at, do we offer Ndidi an 80 grand a week contract?
Keep Samari, you've got to pay anyway.
Samari, who we've got to keep. So for me, I think you will see Ndidi gone just because the club's like, we can't afford to give him an 80 grand contract. I say that, but we offered Vestergaard a 3-year deal on that money, no doubt. So I don't know. For me,
it's interesting times, isn't it?
If you're going to offer Vestergaard one who's had one good season, maybe you offer Ndidi one who's been one of the best players in a Leicester shirt for a while pre-injury. Back in the Premier League, swapped to that cam role. Did okay last year, but when he was defensive midfielder pre-injury, he was one of the best players in Europe at the time. So, can he get back to it? Who knows? Is he free? Yes. Will he have to pay his wages? Yes. There's a lot of indecisives at the moment.
Well, listen, we said we'll go live the minute there is anything, a good transfer rumour, a good gossip, a good view, or indeed something is confirmed. And Kiernan Dewsbury is confirmed he is a Chelsea player. I think we all knew it, but it is actually, this video is just confirming that. So listen, thanks to Sam, thanks to Reedy. Get it the right way around, Wim. It's like, I can't cope with this. Anyway, thanks for all your views, all your comments. We'll see you the next time anything happens. Last comment goes to Dean, who says it's a sad day, really. KDH didn't want to go, just number there, would have been a star and main player with us, thanks to the board. I hear what you're saying, Dean. Maybe he's took one for the team, maybe not. He's going to be a Chelsea player living in that there London. So
have a nice time.
There's worse places to take a hit for the team, isn't there?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
I'd take a hit for the team on probably 100 grand.
Yeah.
Have a nice time, Israel.
Sign me up. See you next time.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, Everard's, Barlow Blinds, Booker Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Distillers Direct, Hologram, Take Me, Nubian Cow, The Fox's Arms and Rainbows. Run by the fans, for the fans. Follow us on socials at Leicester Fan TV and visit leicesterfantv.com for all the latest news, views and videos.